Hello, this is Fireside Improv. Welcome back to chapter 23 of this Karl Franz saga, where the Emperor is desperately trying to cleanse the Plague Lands as quickly as possible. There are 2 strongholds left to run through, and then he needs to rush over to the wasteland that is beset from all sides and up along that northern coast by demons and Norskins. And so, the rush begins.
I serve the Helden Hammer. Stupidity is contagious. Silence! Come forth.
What does the Emperor bid?
Cormac Dowybreaker attacks the settlement deep in Lorelorn Forest. The Emperor does not have many soldiers stationed there, and so it falls easily to the Demon Prince, who razes it to the ground. Fortunately, it is just a small outpost deep in the forest. It's not something that the Emperor was counting on as a particularly strong city of the Empire. And Wrecker's Point is under assault once again, this time by Norskins. Thédric should have the forces to hold them off, but it will not be an easy battle. The Norskin host has brought with them a great mammoth, with Norskin soldiers riding on its back to see the battlefield from above and bring terror where they walk, alongside a giant that stands just as tall as the mammoth itself. Because of the success against the demons, Thédric does decide to go with a similar tactic as he did against them and holds the upper layer of the city.
Wise counsel! Quickly! State troops ready! For France! Seeking enemy! No lingering! The Helden Hammer! Outriders! Go! Withdraw! Moving now! Quick march! Attack!
The Empire's soldiers are not able to hold against the mammoth and giants and trolls. They try to reform as the crossbows continue to shoot. but it's unlikely that they are going to be able to hold off the Grand Beasts without the likes of Karl Franz at their side. The Norskins overrun the other flank as well, and the Empire soldiers do fall. Phaedric is not able to hold the northern territories, leaving only Balthazar Gelt as the last remaining defensive force on that northern coast. The Demons and Norskins are not interested in conquest. They simply want to rain destruction and terror down on the mortal peoples of the world, razing Wrecker's Point to the ground just as they did in Lower Lorne Forest. It's up to the Emperor to march and quickly
I command here.
Do what he can in
compels us
order
onward.
to join the fights.
To the provinces.
The Emperor orders that Bruno Haupt Anderson raises a
This will
new
bolster
force
the
in
nation.
Middenland. More soldiers are going to be needed if they are going to try to push back against the demonic hordes.
Yes, my lord.
Jade Wizard.
With the army Ulrich was going to meet destroyed, he is going to go to Bruno instead
Great
to
treasures,
help
come to
reinforce
me.
the new army that is being
I will marshal
built.
the men.
Festus has returned to lead his demonic hosts.
Champion of the faith. Guided by
The Emperor
Sigma.
is
So,
trying to
yes,
hunt down
to
his
unite the
army
provinces.
so that he has a free path ahead to Tel Abheim and the Brass Keep
Men,
beyond,
we must attack.
and purge these plague lands of their foul taint.
Sigmarite Archlector. Servant
Unfortunately,
of the
he
faith.
can't quite get there. Is ever the same story where
By
the
Sigma.
Leech Lord is
By
able
the
to
comet.
just barely stay
Ever
out of
vigilant.
his range, and now the hunt begins to try to track him down. The Emperor has learned from his previous chase and is calling forward Otto again
The
to
nation
see
calls.
what he can do to
Step to
trap
it.
Festus if he continues to run. Meanwhile, Middenheim appears to be a next target of Cormac Dowybreaker. Bruno is raising what forces he can, as well as improving the defenses at Middenheim to help hold off potential attacks.
Let us begin. Wind of Shammon, I will. What
Festus
orders?
has tried to run a little bit more.
Moving out.
I am prince and emperor.
Unfortunately, the Emperor
Attack.
still cannot reach. And so he is going to call upon Otto to try to come and cut him off just a little bit
Moving on.
so that he's not able to run quite as effectively.
Ever onward. The nation calls. I see no other option. Awaiting orders.
Meanwhile, Cormac has moved deeper into Middenland. Middenstag and Weissman are both in danger. Fortunately, Bruno does not have the forces just yet to challenge him.
Raise Sigma.
He's going to try to continue to build up that army so that he can actually leave the safety of the walls of Middenheim, but just now, if he tried, he would be utterly destroyed, defeated. A Norskin force does decide to move on Dietenschaffen. There should be enough forces to hold them off, and the reports are that their great war mammoth is badly wounded, as is their lord. They're barely hanging on with their last breaths. They should be able to hold these Norskins off. The great Norskin host, fresh off the destruction of Wrecker's Point, comes to bring the same here. The Empire decides to bring the entirety of its force to kill the great beasts the Norskins have brought, the giant, the mammoth, and then they will turn their focus back over towards the remaining Norskin forces. The mammoth was brought down quite quickly, and the attention turns to the great giant that is wreaking havoc with every swing of its great club. Poor guy. The Norskin forces waste no time in securing the half of the city they had free access to.
I want to see piles of dead.
The Empire forces will have their work cut out for them when they are ready to turn and face the rest of the forces. In the meantime, the giant is felled, leaving the rest of these forces to be slaughtered by the crossbows of the Empire. The Norskin lord is isolated from the rest of his army, and the Empire Knight knows that now is a great time to eliminate the wounded lord.
Let's have ya! For Heldenhammer!
And just like that, the Lord is slain, leaving the Norskins to witness the death of their beloved leader. The Norskin army crosses the other bridge into the Empire's half of the city, setting the stage for the final clash between the attackers and defenders over this city of the Empire.
Spearmen! We are Sigmar's heirs! Take the ground! Go! Launch! Preserve us! Slay them! They are too powerful! Missiles at the ready! Go! By Ulrich's wrath! To battle!
Crossbowman!
Withdraw! No! The gods want! Do not
The Norskins do finally flee under the weight of the Empire crossbows, and the city survives just a little while longer. Cormac Dowybreaker does put Middenheim under siege. He is most likely going to wait for his reinforcements to arrive. It will be a great battle beneath its walls. The Emperor wishes he could come to help reinforce it, but unfortunately, Festus continues to run, and he is not confident that if he sends Ralph Koch alone or himself, that they will be able to achieve victory, so they do need to continue to march forward together.
True servant of Sigmar.
Bring me to my men. Yes, my lord.
Though it does look like Otto von Pupelscheit is not going to be needed, as Festus is now sandwiched between Krugenheim and the Emperor's forces. The chase should be at an end regardless, so Otto is going to be allowed to go on his merry way.
What does the Emperor bid?
I am the Supreme Patriarch. Do not waste my potential.
Cormac makes the decision not to wait for his reinforcements. He's going to assault the walls with just his force of demons. He is confident that it will be enough to overwhelm the Empire's defenses. Cormac takes to the air in his assault of the city. He looks to destroy all of its inhabitants, bring the world one step closer to the end times, where everything will be turned to dust and ash. As learned from other battles the Emperor has had his warriors fight, they do decide to fight outside of the walls and give their handgunners a chance to fire down on the elite attacking soldiers, while putting fewer soldiers to hold against the rest of the army. The Emperor's soldiers outside the wall doesn't do particularly well. They start running pretty fast, but they do their job of tying up the enemy so that the handgunners can do their thing.
Spotters the target! Sigmar guide! Take position! Soldiers of the Empire! Sigmar preserver! Quick march! are Sigmar's heirs! For Heldenhammer! Moving now!
Cormac Dowybreaker, his lords, and his great unholy one all ultimately does fall to the Emperor's forces, but on other flanks they are not doing quite as well as they are pushing through into the settlements.
Taking aim! Handgunners! No lingering! Missile infantry! To battle! By Ulrich's wrath! Handgunners! Our weapons are yours! Fight! Blood of our heirs! Great swords! Handgunners! Go! Yes, General! Kill everything! Great swords! Ready for war! Attack! Quicker! Our weapons are yours! To war! Yes, my lord! By God, for us! By Sigmar's will! Moving now!
Gave and blows!
Show us the foe! Sigmar guides us!
Attack!
Sigmar, preserve us! Ready! Withdraw! Go!
Power of nature! Fleet!
Heldenhammer! Shoot them! Withdraw!
Unfortunately, despite the best efforts of the Empire soldiers and the defeat of the strongest elite demonic entities that came to their walls, there is defeat, and another Empire city is lost. Festus does attack the city of Krugenheim. He has nowhere else to go, so really he had no other choice. Not too many people settled there since it was reclaimed by the Emperor, but any lives lost is still a tragedy. The demons chose simply to take the riches out of Middenheim. What they could possibly do with such riches is unknown. Perhaps they were after one of the artifacts held in the vaults, or a book, or something. But they did elect not to raise it, unlike other cities, such as the settlement in Lower Lorne Forests and Wrecker's Point. Much of the empire is now in ruins, and the Emperor is turning his thoughts back to his good friend who died many years ago, Oleg, who reminded him of his duty to the Empire, a duty that he still intends to fulfill. The Empire will be whole, and the demons will be pushed back.